Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 23 of the podcast where we talk all things film and television in real time. My name is Ryan, and I work as a set designer in the film and television industry.
And I'm Noah, a sports broadcaster. Today we're talking about some MCU news from Cinemacon, Mando and Grogu that's coming out in just over a month, and also episode 3 of season 5 of The Boys. Ryan, how's your week?
It was good. A lot of refreshing Twitter, just consistently refreshing to see what new CinemaCon news was going to come through. So that was fun. It was fun to have something to look forward to each night to hear if anything big was coming. And we definitely got some big stuff. So getting me excited for not only this upcoming summer, which we keep referring to, big summer of movies, but also just the rest of the year as a whole. What about you? How's your week going?
Yeah, it was a huge Twitter day for Cinemacon on Friday, and I agree. There was a lot of refreshing going on. We got some stuff we wanted. Well, we didn't. There were one thing or two we didn't get that we really wanted that we still want. But yeah, no, it was really cool. It's always really nice. I remember like the CinemaCon in 2024. I was on the call for like a guest on a baseball game, and my phone blew up. Aaron was texting me. You probably texted me. Sam texted me. Everyone's just shooting me texts, DMs on Instagram, everything. Sending me, have you seen it? Have you seen it? And I was like, it was like the third inning or something. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then of course I check my phone, and the most recent tweet I see is Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. It's like, what the hell?
Was
So,
that Con? I think that was
huh?
Con.
Oh, that was Comic Con.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was Comic Con.
I don't think it was CinemaCon because I remember it being live streamed, but CinemaCon is not. It was either Comic Con or D23, I think. One of the
Gotcha.
two.
Okay.
Regardless, though,
Regardless,
these,
regardless,
these
it's yeah.
these big news weeks of film and television with conventions and stuff. And yeah, you mentioned there were some. We could talk briefly about this. You mentioned that there was maybe some stuff you were hoping to hear about that you didn't, or and what would that be?
So there are people in this world that have seen the Doomsday trailer, or at least the teaser, the first trailer, and I'm not one of them, and you are not one of them, and that upsets me. I think it's happened before where people get like special looks. I just think it's hard to do that, and we touched upon this. We touched upon this with the teasers, like the four teasers they released over the past few months. Where there was like that 4 week in a row period, that month span where they were releasing the teasers. We got the X-Men, we got Thor, we got Steve Rogers, and we got the Wakandans and the Fantastic Four team up thing. And it's just hard to do that in this day and age of social media where like everything is described, and also like we've talked about, you don't know what's real and what's fake and everything. So we know the descriptions because whether it's discussing film or whether it's actual sources, people who were there, who do this for a living, who talk about like who give like, were like sources and soups and all those kind of people, they were tweeting out full descriptions of the trailer. And I just hate that so much because like I want to see it. Like I don't want to read descriptions of Yelena going up against Mystique and all these things that like it isn't even a spoiler for me to say that because it's out there. It's been out there for 2 days now of like this happened in the trailer, this happened in the trailer. I don't know, man. I want to be able to see that. I think if I was Marvel, I would feel the same way that I want to release it ASAP so that the general public could see it to get hype for the movie. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Where like you might as well just release it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Um, it's almost like it ruins the excitement. We used to all get that. I remember where I was when I got the Endgame trailer. I remember where I was when I saw the Infinity War trailer for the first time. And it's not going to be that same level of excitement this time because I already know what the trailer is going to be. I understand CinemaCon, they're mainly trying to appeal to cinema owners. So they're pitching their movies so they can get more screens. So like I get when they show maybe like a scene of a movie that the general public hasn't seen, right? Like they did that for Spider-Man, right? They show Spider-Man clip. They show the scene of Peter going into MJ and Ned's apartment, right? The reason I'm okay with them showing that scene, obviously you can still go online and look at the descriptions, but it's different because we already knew that scene was going to take place. We already saw the trailer. We already had an idea that that was coming, right? So it's just an extended clip of that so the theater owners can see, oh yeah, this is good. This is the vibe of the movie. I get that. I'm cool with that. I get it. And I understand when they drop a trailer and they post it right online. But something as big as this, I want to experience it with the fans. I don't want to be reading Soup's description of it either. Um, but yeah, I'm on the same page as you with that.
I mean, I you could go through a list of like all the classes I took during high school, and I it would be hard for me to tell you where I sat in each class, but I specifically remember exactly where I sat in it was whatever math class I was in junior year in 2018 because the trailer came out. I watched it right before that class started. Ishan Varma was sitting to my right. He asked, "Oh my God, could I see?" I handed him the phone. I handed him my earbuds, and then he watched it as well. Like that was like I remember I was sitting in the background of my room because that's when the Infinity War trailer came out. The point
I
being,
I also know where I was for Infinity War and Endgame trailer. I remember where I was for that. No, it would have been the same trailer into the Endgame poster, and then the poster had a Okoye's face on it, but not her, Denai Guerrera, whatever her name is, name up top. And I was like, and I remember scrolling through and being like, oh my God, I'm so pumped. Um, so yeah, are you using a mic? Oh, it's just down there.
yeah,
Never mind.
it's small, it's soft, very soft and small today.
It's tiny today.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Um,
it just went swimming.
anyway, um, so yeah, we're on this. There you go. We're on the same. It's grown a little.
A little bit. Hey, talking about Doomsday, man.
You're getting dude. Anyway, let's move into this then. Talking about Doomsday, they did show the trailer, right? And that is the big news. We're not going to go into descriptions of everything that's online in case anyone does want to not know, but we know. And how is your all that we just talked about out the window? How is your anticipation level increase, decrease based off the idea of what's in that trailer?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna let it decrease. Like I'm not gonna actually lose excitement for the movie. I'm annoyed at the marketing team and I'm annoyed at like Marvel just like I want to see the trailer. But when the trailer hits in May apparently, we're going to do our reaction. We're going to get excited and everything, I'm sure. Um from what I read and from what I heard in terms of the trailer itself, I heard it's a great trailer. I heard it's pretty nuts. All the description stuff, like, again, we don't need to get into any descriptions, but it sounds really, really cool. I'm excited. We've seen plenty of times where the trailer's great. I rewatched the somebody posted on my like Twitter feed. I rewatched the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, and that is a really good trailer. I remember being extremely excited for Ant-Man Quantumania, um, mainly because of the trailer, also because of the Kang stuff, and right
Well,
after Loki, like I was so excited for that movie, and then that was garbage. And I know you're gonna say like it's an Avengers movie, it's different, something like that, I'm sure, but it's still
no,
like
I was gonna say both those trailers have banger songs attached to them. Thor: Love and
true.
Thunder and Quantumania.
True.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick
Yellow Brick
Road.
Road. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the Thor one? It has such a good song with it. I'm blanking on what it is. Anyway, keep going. You were saying something.
Um. Yeah. I guess the point being, and I'm not just naming two random movies that have great trailers that are not good. I'm naming two movies post Endgame, like post COVID MCU. So two like semi recent examples of trailers that are bangers. Like I don't think there's a world, and I'm not trying to be negative because I am excited for the movie, but like I really don't think there's a world in which they would make a bad trailer for Doomsday. I don't like you know what I mean. I feel like even if the movie is a mess or whatever, we're gonna be like, oh my God, that's sick. Right? Am I wrong? I
No, no. I mean, you're right. A trailer doesn't quantify to be a good movie. You know, we've seen plenty of times bad trailers that go with good movies and vice versa. Like I thought the one battle after another trailer was not good. Like there's other trailers I was like, I don't care for this movie, and then I see the movie, I'm like, oh, this is incredible. You know.
Mhm.
So I agree. But based off what we heard, those little descriptions, I'm pumped. I mean, I mean, this movie's gonna be incredible. I'm telling you. I mean,
This movie's gonna be incredible. That's a hot
it's
take.
gonna. No, it's not a hot take. Doomsday is
Really?
incredible. I'm telling you, dude.
I think that's a
Oh,
hot take.
no,
No, in a good way.
yeah, this movie's gonna be incredible. I'm in, and I just think even just like the word of mouth I'm hearing from people who have seen early screenings and things like that, like I'm because frankly the script's out there. Do you know about this?
I no, and I don't want to. I don't want to
I don't
know
know.
anything. And I
I
don't
don't know
want.
the script. I don't want to know the script either. But anyone that like I've listened to that has read the script just says the script's the best thing ever. So it's like, which I don't even know how they get to the point that Marvel, which is so serious, is now having a script out there. Who knows? Regardless, I haven't heard one person who knows something from this movie or has heard from people in the industry that has been like, yeah, it's not good. It's the movie's gonna be great. I'm telling you.
I hope you're right, man. I really
I
hope you're right. I want it to be great so badly. Like I
They said this week that it tested similar to Infinity War. People walked out saying this is like Infinity War.
again, I don't know. I hope you're right. I don't. It's weird. I feel like I'm the negative one, and I usually am the positive one. Not like between us, but just like in general. I feel like I'm. I think very positively. Um. So hey, I hope you're right, man. I really hope you're right.
Look, we've been disappointed by Marvel for a bunch of years. And it helps the fact that like we're coming off of Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts and hopefully a great Spider-Man movie and Deadpool and Wolverine and sure, Captain America, whatever, but even some good shows, Wonder Man, Agatha, like Daredevil right now, like Marvel. Something's changed in the waters. I feel, and I think they left off Endgame and they were trying to figure out their way. And I just hope, I heard one of the Russos say, which is something we've talked about before, is that Endgame is a cap. It was an end to those beginning of the stories, and what it did so successfully was, it. They didn't say this, but I'm telling you, what they did so successfully is ended all the character arcs, but they didn't prepare for the future. And Russo said, this movie is about transitioning into the new phase. So you got your old characters there to help, give the rub to the new characters and hopefully transition us into what's to come. That's my hope. We'll see.
Yeah, and like we talked about in the podcast, because it was Feige himself. I didn't say it way back when we talked about it, but it was like someone else said it, so we were talking about it. But Feige himself did say it is a direct continuation from Endgame. So it's going to be very interesting how it's a direct continuation from Endgame, and then also it's re-releasing in theaters on September 25th. Um, so the question is like, will there be modifications? Will there be that
No, there
post?
will. They said there will be. They
I
said they're
know, I
going
know, I know there are going to be they're going to add in deleted scenes like the I know they said what's it called, the Rocket talking with Steve Rogers, or no, Rhodey talking with Steve about like why do you have to crash the plane? And he was like, bombs on board, and he was like, couldn't you have just jumped off the plane? Like that deleted scene, like
I hope
that.
so.
And I know there. I think like deleted scenes are going to be in there, but did they officially say that there were going to be like modifications because of Doomsday? Like they're going to
Yeah,
add
I'm
stuff
pretty
in?
sure. I'm pretty sure they said there's going to be some additions because of Doomsday. Maybe don't take my word at that, but that leads me to my theory that I posted on Instagram. I said if they're going to add a new post-credit scene that's going to lead into Doomsday, which I think if they're adding something, maybe they don't even mess with Endgame. They just have a new post-credit scene because Endgame doesn't have post-credit scenes, except for one thing. It's this little banging sound that's Iron Man making his mask, or so you think it's Iron Man making his mask. Because my theory is that it is Victor Von Doom making his mask after the aftermath of Endgame, ties it all together. Now you have a post-credit scene of Endgame that allows Doomsday to be the direct sequel, just like Feige said.
So it's funny because obviously you posted that, and I've been thinking about it since I saw the post. Um, the more I think about it, the more I kind of love that.
Yeah,
Like, like because at first my first thought was, oh, it meant to be the Iron Man, but it doesn't make sense. Like I don't care about it not making sense. I don't care about it not making sense because it's like cool, but like it it would make more sense if it was actually something after, and if it was him making it. Like that is actually a really, really cool theory.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's right. I don't know.
Not
We'll have
and
to
let's be
see.
clear, let's be clear. They didn't plan on that. They didn't
Uh,
plan on that when making the, but I don't think it matters at this point.
no, I mean, look, it served its purpose at that time to be like a nice moment for Iron Man, but he's back. Like Downey's back, so they may as well for this re-release switch it up a bit. So we'll have to see. Anyway, anything else you want to say? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I do have one more thing. I know we said no descriptions. There's one thing about the trailer that I heard that could be incorrect. You never know until we actually see the trailer. One thing I heard that was very interesting was that apparently Doom is in the mask the whole trailer. And obviously he could be unmasked during the movie or anything, but like apparently he has some sort of accent, which makes sense. He's what
Latvian.
Latverian, thank you. He's Latverian, so it makes sense he has an accent, but he is never unmasked. So my question is, the first teaser they released of Doomsday is still not shown. A, are they ever gonna like show him without the mask? And B, if they don't in the marketing, does that mean he's just gonna be unmasked the whole movie? And then C, if he's actually unmasked the whole movie, what was the point of it being RDJ?
I think I think there's a chance he's masked up the whole movie.
So what was the point? Bar just to get people.
Well, no. We have a sequel. We have a sequel. There's another one coming. So
Okay.
I think, or at least maybe your big end moment is the heroes realizing that because it allows Downey to, a big criticism is, oh, you're using it as a gimmick of this or that, which I don't know. Maybe this doesn't excuse that anyway, but you get to see Downey just give a masterful performance as a villain, where all you could see are his eyes or whatever, and then you play into the fact in the next one that this guy looks like Tony Stark. You know what I mean? I hope that is there a chance they go the direction where they just never show his face and it's
That's what
just
I'm saying. I don't know. Like we've been assuming this whole time they will, and that's on them because not only did they cast RDJ and did the whole mask off thing in the after credit scene for Thunder or for sorry for Fantastic Four, his mask is off. Like he's holding his mask in his right hand.
yeah, I
So
thought about that too. You're right.
so they're that's that's them basically saying, "Oh, we're about to show his face." Like that's Marvel doing that.
There's no way they don't show his face. There's no way. You don't pay that amount of money and have him be the focal point. I wouldn't be shocked if most of the first movie he's masked up. And then Secret Wars is where it comes into play of the fact that this guy is Tony Stark variant. So we'll
Okay.
see.
Yeah, you might be right. I mean, if they do that, and then that's like the big reveal at the end to the heroes, it would be interesting because like it would be great for like I'm sure they make it great story wise, but for us, it wouldn't feel like a really cool reveal because we know. I don't know. It's just interesting how they're gonna do it. I don't know.
It's like almost at that point, don't tell us it's Downey and have us be shocked with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Like yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Um, Something else Disney that came out at Cinemacon was they showed, I think, the first 15 minutes of Mandalorian and Grogu, which is coming out on May 22nd. So about a month away. I'm hearing people really like the footage that they saw, pleasantly surprised by it. At this point, we're a month away. We got a new trailer that just came out. Where are your anticipation levels? Because we've talked a little bit about how it's not as high as they normally are for a Star Wars project.
The new trailer was good. I think the new trailer was good, and I think remember the whole like Super Bowl debacle, and we thought we were getting something. The trailer they released like a week or two later, I also liked. I still and I saw a couple like Twitter replies that said this is a good thing, so maybe, but I still don't feel like I know the stakes or the urgency or like the reason for this movie. Like it could like in my mind, could this have just been a season four? So I don't know what makes it so special that it needs to be on the big screen. And obviously, I'm not supposed to know like everything that's going to happen in the movie, but I just feel like they haven't done a good job of like telling us exactly what the stakes are or what is to watch out for it instead of just, oh, it's going to be Mando and Grogu on a team up kind of thing.
I feel similar. I still feel this is not moving the needle for me because what I heard was I'm not trying not to give away anything because I did read a little description about the footage shown, and what I heard was there's this overarching problem, and in order to get to the next thing of the problem, they have to go on a little mission in the beginning.
So the show.
It's literally the same as the TV show. And then it's an awesome scene of Mando taking out people. But it starts off with a side mission, which movies do sometimes. You have a little intro side mission before you go into the big one. But that's the format of the TV show. So it's another reason where I'm like, okay, why are we making this movie? I have my tickets already. I'm going with my coworkers right after work. We're going out the Thursday night, so I am excited. Um, but yeah, it's I hope to be pleasantly surprised. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think what we both said, we probably agree. We give it like a, we're gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. I think that was, at least I remember saying that a month ago or so. Like that's like the expectation. That's what I'm saying. Uh, yeah, man. Like I like the trailer, and I'm sure I don't think it's gonna be like lame or boring or anything. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it, and there will be times I laugh because Grogu does something cute, and there will be times where like Din is badass, and we heard of this is the way at the very end of the trailer. Nice, okay, good job. Um, yeah, I guess we'll have to find out. I guess we'll have to see because like I love Favreau, I love Filoni and everything. Um, Filoni's cooking right now with Maul. At least episodes 3 and 4 were phenomenal. Uh,
I don't watch it.
yeah. Um, we'll see. Like it's just weird because I also see people that are saying like we're having a Star Wars movie in theaters for the first time since 2019. It doesn't really feel like it. And I just hate
Doesn't
that.
it?
It's
I'll tell
7 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. I'll tell you this much. I did hear like they talked about that with the bigger movie budget, they were able to actually go to locations and not just use the volume, which is, volume. So and I was told it does feel a little bit more cinematic, the size and like the way everything looks. So that got me a little bit excited that it might not feel exactly like a TV show in its visuals. Um, but yeah, time will tell. I don't know what they can do at this point to get me more excited or like less excited. I'm just like
Yeah,
I
I
feel
agree.
like I'm just it's fine. I almost don't even want to read a review before it comes out because I almost just want to like if I read a review and it's like, oh, this movie's or even mixed bag, I'm just gonna be like even less excited. Like I'd rather go in with to this movie with the slight hope that I could be so pleasantly surprised, you know?
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree.
Do you think
I think
Din Djarin dies?
no.
Is
Unless it's what, like it would be what to save Grogu.
like
Um,
just are they gonna make another Mandalorian project after this? Are they just gonna is this the end of
no, I think
Pedro?
if there is another Mandalorian project, it would be okay. Like what they're gonna do is if it's not successful, then obviously we'll probably never see him again. if if it is successful or it meets expectations, then we might get that crossover movie with Ahsoka and with like basically everyone from the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, I think that's possible. And you also just got me thinking about like the Baby Yoda thing, like Grogu. We are underestimating that a lot of people, casual viewers, might go see this movie just knowing that Baby Yoda's in it. Like, just like, oh my gosh, I want to see Baby Yoda on in the movie screen. We'll see. I don't think it's gonna be too financially successful though. So
Yeah, I think when I hear the music right away, that's gonna be pretty dope. Like, yeah, by Ludwig, that'll be awesome when I hear that. Like, I'll be happy about that. I'll be happy about the music throughout, as long as they don't like hammer in a bunch of just Star Wars music for no reason. That would be annoying. Um,
did Ludwig oh, he did Mando Ludwig did compose the movie. So that's cool. That
yep.
that's that got me pumped. Ludwig,
You
that's
know,
awesome.
yeah, he's great, and the music's great, and the music's gonna be great. I'm sure in the movie.
I
Yeah,
mean, I knew he did the TV show. I just didn't know if he also was going to do the movie or they were just going to use some of his stuff and credit him. You know what I mean?
I think it's the same exact team. That's what from the show. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I. That's what I'm saying. I think it's just the TV show on the screen.
But Favreau doesn't make bad projects. Almost everything I've seen from Favreau I've enjoyed. So that also is another positive. Like he only directed one episode of The Mandalorian, even though he ran it and was like the guy. So there's a lot of things to be optimistic about. Just nothing has gotten me past that level yet.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on from Cinemacon briefly and let's talk about The Boys.
Fucking diabolical.
Is that what you thought of the episode?
That's
Or
what I
you
think
thought-
of almost every episode. The
I
show's so
know.
good, man.
The show is so good. What do you want to talk about from this episode? Because there was a lot that happened.
There's a
Uh,
lot.
and I'm told the season only really picks up in episode five.
Really?
They're like five is when it really feels like it's the series finale. I'm like, seriously? This has been so
Huh.
good so far.
Like I said last time, I really think it might be the best first episode of any season. I love episode one of this season. I think episode two is still really really good, but like a bit worse. And then I feel the same way about episode three, where it's like on the episode two level. Like I think one was so good. Um, but where should we start? Where should we start? Should we
Well,
start
let's go
with?
with negative. I
Okay,
don't like Huey and Starlight's relationship. I'm over it. I'm sick of them together. Like it's just whiny. It's whiny and boring. I don't care. I just don't care. I
tough
don't
watch.
really like Starlight anymore.
It's a tough watch. It's a tough watch because she's clearly not herself right now, and they're gonna somehow get to a point where like it's either a Huey conversation with her or who else would be like giving her a pep talk. Um, would Kimiko give her a pep talk now that she speaks? I don't even know.
I
Someone's
hope
gonna.
I don't want to hear her
Yeah,
voice.
no, she would just.
I
Yeah,
hope it's not Kimiko speaking to her. I'd be like, it'd be double reason to turn it off or
yeah,
skip.
sure. That's a good point. Okay, so they'll fix that somehow. But yes, right now it's a tough watch, and you're right. It's just she's just yeah, she's not herself. Because and Huey isn't either. Like it's so interesting how they both started as happy goody two shoes, and now they're just like so they've seen so much shit at this point. They're so just depressed, and they want everything to be over.
Yeah, it's just that did not that maybe it's the purpose, but that doesn't work for me. Besides that, I thought the episode was great. The Ryan stuff, super cool. I thought he was dead. I mean, I was pretty convinced Homelander was about to kill his son, and that was going to be the final point of no return because I feel like he's had a lot of those points of no return. But he's, I mean, it's kind of still is that he beat his son half to death, more than half to death. I mean, if anything, this just confirms Ryan will be on the side of the boys going forward.
Yeah, that was pretty diabolical. Diabolical. I It's funny because I'm so not phased at this point. Like, and that's a good thing. I'm not saying in a bad way. Like, I'm just like they've done such a great job of showing this dude has lost it. He has snapped. He has broken. And I think we talked about this. Whether it's the A Train thing, I think the Flight 37 video has to do with it. I think in a big way, like whatever it is, and everything in seasons prior. I think just he wants nothing more in the world than Butcher to be dead, and even Starlight to be dead, and he'll do anything, and like he doesn't give a shit what happens, and he doesn't care who gets in his way. And now he has the whole thing. I briefly forgot about this, but now he has the whole thing where he thinks that he's the chosen one, and he thinks he's the savior, and he saw Stillwell's breasts
You
like
see,
slap and
you see
everything.
him lick his lips again.
What?
You see Anthony Starr lick
So
his
funny.
lips again.
Yeah.
So
This dude
funny.
is so great. So now we got that thing, and then Soldier Boy is called him the wettest, softest boy, which is hilarious. So they have that father son duo, and then we have the father son duo. with Homelander beating the ever loving crap out of Ryan. We have Ryan being friendly with Zoe. Didn't really expect that. That was kind of cool. And then we have Zoe reuniting with her dad, who she thought was dead. And yeah, we have a lot of like it's relationships are such a huge part of the show. Huge. So we have what, two very complicated father-son duos. We have the very complicated Huey uh Starlight duo. We have Frenchie and Kimiko still doing their thing. We have now Zoe and Ryan are buddy buddy. I don't know, the show just does such a good job of establishing duos and having like an identity for said duo.
I agree. I agree. It's the heart. It's the heart of the show is the characters and the relationships they have, which, it's a superhero project, and that's what makes it stand out so much, and that it doesn't hold back on that. You know what I mean? It's like as authentic as possible in some ways, even if it is extreme. Um, so yeah, I agree. Excited to see where Ryan's story goes and how much more Homelander descends into madness from here. Um, what else happened?
Stan Edgar.
Yeah, dude, I want to see Giancarlo Esposito play a different role. Like, he's great. Don't get me wrong. He's great, but I think he's so great that I think he can play a different role. Like, I think Hollywood got to give him a chance to do something a little different.
Because even though he's awesome, he's the same guy in. Oh, I wonder if he's going to be in the movie.
Yeah,
Remember he cloned himself. Season three was something else, man. He
I don't
what he
know. Hopefully not.
yeah, I guess not.
Man, does Mando have the dark saber right now? Does Bo-Katan have it? I think Bo-Katan has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bo-Katan has it.
Okay, I think so. Um,
Anyway, back
this
to the
one, yeah.
boys.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is that Esposito, I like the take by you in terms of like, because he's played the
Breaking Bad.
villain.
Breaking Bad. He's that
Yeah, no.
villain character. The Boys, that villain character. Mandalorian, that villain character. I feel like there's a bunch more
How
instances.
about what do you think about Ben Mendelsohn?
Ben Mendelsohn, he's great.
Yeah, but I feel like I've always gotten the similar vibe, and I'm sure there are some things I haven't seen him in, but I feel like Mendelsohn is kind of the like generic bad
But like
guy
not in
stuff.
Captain Marvel by the end, he's like funny and has Talos, and then he does the same in that horrible show, but he is good in that show,
Invasion,
Secret, what is it called?
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. Um, but regardless, I always like seeing Giancarlo on my screen again, and he was good, and he's always just never trust that guy. He's slimy.
That
And
conversation, that was Chef's Kiss conversation with him and MM, where basically this is what I texted Aaron. I was like, love that part in episode three where Stan just told MM we could always do spin-offs for the show because it was because this will never end.
yeah, really funny. That's really funny, but also his logic is so flawed. Like I was
Yeah.
watching that and I was like, sure, there's always corporation. I mean, this is an extreme level of horribleness that the world is dealing with. Like, getting rid of soups would definitely help that problem. There'll still be people in power and still be evil people, but getting rid of home, like, not one person should have that amount of power, especially a horrible person. So I don't agree with his argument there. Um, but it was a great scene, and MM was great in it. Um, so yeah, there was that. And the Deep tagging along with the four of them in the car. Um, and it ends with him he captures Stan Edgar, right?
Yes, and then he brought it to Homelander. So finally, for the first time, the Deep actually does something good for Homelander. So that'll be interesting to see if, like, I'm sure he's not going to, but if Homelander rewards him in the slightest, I doubt
I
it.
don't
But
think he cares. I don't think
yeah,
he's even going to notice. Like
yeah.
he doesn't think about rewarding people. He
No,
just
you're right.
does. Especially
Yeah,
someone like the Deep who's so blindly following of Homelander.
no need. Yeah,
I mean, he's symbolic of these horrible leaders that have these people blindly follow them, no matter how disrespected they are by them. You know, um,
I know
I,
you said. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
no, you go.
I know you said you don't love the Huey Starlight stuff. We got some Huey translucent sun stuff in this episode.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I like Huey. So you were saying before, like Huey's not even himself. I don't mind. Huey's great. Huey
Yeah.
has such a heart, and he's so good, and he's put in these tough situations. He's become more gritty, but I love Huey, and I love that even with the horrible things he's had to do in life, like he still has such guilt about what happened to a horrible person like Translucent. You know. Uh, Speaking of Translucent Suns in Gen V, and I gotta catch up on Gen V because it sounds like it definitely plays an impact. I wonder if Marie is in this season at all from Gen V because they keep referencing her.
I was gonna say my money's on no, to be honest, because they keep referencing her. I feel like that's their way of saying to the Gen V fans, "Hey guys, thanks for watching." But I don't know. I don't. She could be. I don't see where she would fit in. I mean, I know they're doing a lot of like the plot of the season is V1, right? Like that's we found out like the plot of the whole season is they're both trying to get to V1 first. Who's going to get there first, Homelander or the boys? That's kind of it. Homelander's going to use Stan Edgar, and the boys are trying to figure it out now that Zoe's dad, I forgot his name. He bailed, and Kimiko let them go. Great job, Kimiko. What the hell, by the way? Whatever. And now it's going to be like a race, like an arms race, basically, of who gets it first. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm in for it. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Is there anything else you want to say about the boys? I like
Um,
Homelander's milk bath,
love it. That's. I mean, I'm surprised we didn't get that sooner.
his gray pubes,
Bro, Soldier Boy is so. It's
unhinged.
he's so funny. He's like, I think Anthony Starr's Homelander steals the show, obviously, and he stole the show all 5 seasons. But in terms of like writing, whoever writes for Soldier Boy credits it like they do the best job. Like his dialogue is just so funny every single time.
He's really, really funny. He's been a standout for me always, but especially this season.
Like who thinks of you really are just the softest, wettest boy. Like who thinks of
It's the things that like can most get under Homelander's skin too. It's crazy. Um, anyway, so we'll talk more about the boys hopefully as it goes on. Um, I guess let's wrap it up with this. Is there anything else from Cinemacon? If not, I mean, I can kind of run through some things that stuck out for me from the news cycle. I can just quickly go through this. Digger, Tom Cruise new movie with Alejandro Inarritu, showed a little bit of it. People are saying it's hysterical. Tom Cruise, potential Oscar. That gets me pumped. Um, what else? The Odyssey. People got to see some of the Odyssey, I think, and I mean the anticipation for that can't get higher than it is. Same with Dune Part 3. They showed an opening like battle war scene from it with barely any, or maybe not even any Chalamet or Zendaya or any of the lead cast really in it. Epic is the word I was told. Um, what other things did they show? Supergirl, they said was good. They said they liked what they saw from it. They said Clayface, awesome. It's exciting. Um, what else have I seen people talk about?
Ice Age?
I haven't seen any Ice Age. You see people talk about Ice Age?
No, but they
Wow.
did something about it.
Oh, maybe.
They showed like a new poster. Oh, wait, what do we think about the new man? I know we did the Mando and Grogu already, but like, have you seen the two new posters?
I haven't.
They're good.
But they're cool.
Yeah.
They're cool. Nice.
There's one of Grogu just meditating in the woods. Really cool.
Extending the theatrical release for Project Hail Mary, great decision. Get more
Mhm.
people in the theater to go see that. Um, yeah, dude, there's some exciting stuff. It's just, I'm really, really pumped for the year we got ahead.
Me too. Me too.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Apple Podcast, and Spotify Podcast. Noah's going to update it with all our episodes this week. And what were we going to say?
This week is very actually tomorrow.
Next.
Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, okay. And YouTube, of course. I'm Ryan. This has been Noah. This is the podcast that we talk all things film and television. This week, all things Cinemacon, all things The Boys in
In
Real
real
Time.
time.